What if you could analyze any chess position like an engineer or like a CEO in evaluation of a company? We can do the same thing for chess. So it's gonna be a thinking system, don't go anywhere. I also have homework for you at the end. The first thing we want to do is identify strengths. This is why to play. Feel free to pause the video. What are the strengths in this position? Try to identify at least two in this type of exercises. So first thing, I have a great bishop, right? The second thing, we can mention maybe more, but this one, I own the open file. I own the G file. I have 3 pieces here. So this is another strength in my position. The next one, what are my weaknesses? Right, so probably you know where I'm going with this, is the SWOT system. What are my weaknesses in this position? What does my opponent want? A simple geometry rule. We divide the board into 2. And the knight is very active. It's in our territory. So what is his best piece? The knight. Simple, right? The opponent's strengths sometimes are going to be our weakness. Strictly speaking, our weakness, if you ask me, it's gonna be the dark squares, for example, right? They have a great bishop here, so this is kind of our weakness, not only because of the bishop, but all of our pawns are in light squares. So yeah, we have a deficit here. Okay, another engineering term. So I'm gonna take here the knight. That is our weakness, or the opponent's strength. The next step, what are my opportunities? Here we're looking outside, right? We're thinking about the opponent. What does my opponent want? What is his most active piece? Can I target anything? Also, you can ask yourself, which square do I want to control, right? So my opportunities are the opponent's weakness, or my opponent's weakness, sorry. All right, so feel free to pause the video. What will you play in this position? So I'm gonna play h5, right? I want to target the bishop. That is the most active piece for black. As I mentioned before, this is the opponent's strength. It's a huge bishop. All right, after h5 is played, then what will you play with black? Here they have to be really smart about it. They cannot just waste a move like this. If they do that, I'm gonna kick out the bishop. And if they take, yeah, this leads to checkmate. They cannot play that. Okay, let's go back. Let's go here. They have to play h6. Sorry, here, h6. Now I'm controlling the g6 square, right, with the rook. And I'm threatening to bring my queen later and go here. Okay. On that note, the last step of this system, what are the threats? I don't see any immediate threats from the opponent, but if they had a few moves, maybe form a battery, I can maybe put the queen here magically, maybe bishop and queen. Do they have any tactics? Not in this point, but just to help you with this thinking system. Right, of course, if the rook wasn't here, maybe I can put my queen here somewhere in this diagonal. That would be kind of dangerous. But okay, rook to g6. Now let's go with a few moves. Rook e7, rook e6. We can go for a trade of rooks in this position. And then once the queen takes, I'm gonna go queen g6. Queen g6. And there is no stopping white's attack. And you can also do this analysis again, the SWOT system again. Dark squares, for example, are my weaknesses. They remain a weakness, right? If they can move this queen and go here, form some kind of attack. But yeah, this is completely winning for white. I have homework for you guys. Comment in the video. What is the SWOT system here? What are the strengths that you see? This is why to play. What are the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? Right? Maybe we can comment in the video. What will be the position? What would you play here for white? Okay, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.